Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. Steven Gerrard Liverpool return confirmed as further announcements planned. Second news is Steven Gerrard, left in no doubt, as Liverpool icon reveals what he's heard about Florian Wirtz. Third news is Liverpool's next transfer after Andy Robertson exit clear as option emerges. Now details. Steven Gerrard will return to Anfield after being confirmed as the latest player to represent Liverpool FC legends against Borussia Dortmund legends. The former Reds captain will feature in the charity match, which kicks off at 3 p.m. on Saturday, March 28, joining goalkeepers Pepe Reina, Jerzy Dudek and Sander Westerveld, as well as Sami Hyypiä, Fabio Aurelio, Gregory Vignal, Martin Kelly and Yossi Benayoun, who were announced into the squad last week. Few players have left a greater mark on Liverpool Football Club than Gerrard. Across 17 seasons, the talismanic midfielder made 710 appearances for the Reds and scored 186 goals, establishing himself as one of the club's most influential and respected figures. Renowned for his leadership, drive and ability to deliver in the biggest moments, Gerrard captained Liverpool through some of the most memorable nights in the club's modern history. His honours include the Champions League, UEFA Cup, FA Cup, League Cup and UEFA Super Cup, with his performances in defining matches earning him adoration from fans and admiration from teammates and opponents alike. Gerrard's return to Anfield will be a major moment as Liverpool and Borussia Dortmund legends meet 10 years on from their dramatic Europa League quarter-final in 2016. As always, 100% of the proceeds from the legends fixture, supported by AXA and held in association with Forever Reds, will go directly towards the work of LFC Foundation and Forever Reds. This year, funds raised will support LFC Foundation's employability programs, which help people across the community to find work, gain qualifications, and develop new skills through mentoring and training. The game will also contribute to the Foundation's long-term strategy to support 500,000 people. A season by 2030 Mori player announcements will follow in the coming weeks. With the two teams meeting, there is obvious potential that Jurgen Klopp could make a return to his old stomping ground, especially as the German is an honorary ambassador of the LFC Foundation. When speaking about his new role with the Foundation in 2024, which he continues to hold after ending his trophy-laden time as Liverpool manager, Klopp said, "The LFC Foundation does an incredible job in the community, both in the Liverpool City region and beyond. I am really proud to continue my work with them and be named the first ever LFC Foundation honorary ambassador." Klopp famously managed Dortmund to the Bundesliga title in both the 2010-11 and 2011-12 seasons before moving to Anfield, where he remained for 9 years, while on Merseyside, the 58-year-old secured Liverpool's 6th Champions League title and brought home the Premier League after a 30-year wait. Second news is Steven Gerrard, left in no doubt, as Liverpool icon reveals what he's heard about Florian Wirtz. Steven Gerrard has defended Florian Wirtz's start to life at Liverpool and believes he is going to become a world superstar in the future. Wirtz, 22, joined the Reds in a club record £116 million move from Bayer Leverkusen last June, but he didn't hit the ground running, failing to score in his opening 20 matches for the Reds. However, Wirtz's form has improved across the last month. Indeed, he has fired in 4 goals and 3 assists in his last 9 appearances, a run that has seen him cement his place in Arne Slot's first-choice starting side. The German started on the left for Liverpool's 3-0 win against Marseille on Wednesday night, but has been used in a number of roles, including out on the right, as the centre-forward and in his more natural no-10 position. Delivering his verdict on Wirtz's time at Liverpool so far, Reds legend Gerrard was full of praise for the ex-Leverkusen man and believes the sky is the limit for him. He struggled at the beginning, which I think can be expected when you come to the most fast, intense league in the world, Gerrard told TNT Sports. "I don't think anyone's ever questioned his talent. You can see there his vision, his awareness and his game intelligence. Here he is on the last line, unbelievable touch, getting his first goal. I think that helped him a lot in terms of his confidence," Gerrard added when reflecting on Wirtz's first Liverpool strike last month. "But I watched him even before he came to Liverpool. He competed against one of my Rangers teams. This kid is going to be a world superstar. He's come to England on his own. I'm told, new place, new environment. He's still only 22. I think about when I was 22, I was nowhere near my peak or nowhere near where I wanted to be. So you can see already in a short space of time, Liverpool, he's working with this kid in the gym. I mean, look at that for a goal, the way he just reverses that. I think you see him grow now and evolve, and he's starting to blossom because he feels more at home. He's settled now in England. He's up to speed in terms of the tempo of the Premier League. But I think there's loads more to come from this kid. I think it's clear that he can get to a world-class level." Gerrard was speaking before Liverpool went to Marseille and beat the League One side 3-0. Dominik Szoboszlai put the Reds ahead with a sublime free-kick in first-half stoppage time, before Geronimo Rulli's own goal doubled their advantage. Cody Gakpo then put gloss on the scoreline in the 92nd minute. You know, it is always very difficult to play against Marseille because of the passionate fans they have and the quality of the players, Slot said in his post-match press conference. What makes it even harder is they have such a good manager, who always lets his team play so well. We were prepared for that. Think in the first half you could see we took the ball 3 or 4 times off them in very promising situations, but we couldn't find the player that was completely free. We were in 4 versus 3 situations a few times, and the one time we did find the player, it was fractionally offside. On the ball, I think we were controlled, although I maybe better not use that word because it has been misinterpreted a few times lately, but we could find players in between the lines, we could bring our attackers into promising positions. It took a while before we scored the second, because I think we had chances earlier on to score the second. The thing that was different for the first time this season than all the other games was that the moment we were having a big chance to score the 2-0 that hit the post, 10 seconds later they had a big chance. Usually this season this ball goes in and we're all complaining, but now the ball went over, and we extended our lead to 2-0 and 3-0. The performance is still the same, but the perspective of how people probably talk about us is completely different. Third news is Liverpool's next transfer after Andy Robertson exit clear as option emerges. Amid Liverpool entertaining Tottenham Hotspur with transfer talks over Andy Robertson, the club's next piece of business after the Scotsman's potential exit appears all too clear. Friday's revelation arrived shortly after Arne Slot admitted he expects no new signings before the January window closes. Regardless, the Echo understands Liverpool are in preliminary talks to sell their vice-captain to Premier League rivals, Spurs mindful of the fact his contract currently due to expire at the end of the season. The club have not made a final decision yet as to whether a deal shall be agreed. Robertson, who has won 9 major trophies since arriving at Anfield in 2017, recently revealed discussions over new Liverpool deal have been ongoing, although there has been no resolution. Importantly, the Reds are unlikely to allow the 31-year-old to depart if it were to leave them short on numbers in his position. Robertson has been a regular starter throughout his time at Anfield, but he has now found himself usurped by 22-year-old Milos Kerkez, who was signed from Bournemouth for £40 last summer. That deal also opened the door for Kostas Tsimikas to complete a season-long to AS Roma on summer deadline day. On Friday morning, Slot declared Liverpool should experience a quiet 11 days before the January window closes, with no new arrivals expected. That's what I expect to be no movement, the head coach explained, but I always say if there's an opportunity in the market and we think we can strengthen the squad, this club will always try to do so, but at this moment it stays mainly the same. Therefore, this would leave Liverpool with only one clear option of recruiting at left-back in the event Robertson's sale to Spurs is agreed this month. As reported by the Echo, the Reds possess the option to recall Tsimikas from his Roma loan. The Greece full-back could provide cover for Kerkez in the remainder of the 2025-26 campaign, but would need to bounce back from a difficult spell in Italy. The 29-year-old has made just 8 starts and 16 appearances in total for Gian Piero Gasparini's squad chasing Champions League qualification ahead of next season. The former Olympiacos player was attracting interest from Premier League sides such as Nottingham Forest and Leeds United before his switch to Serie A was confirmed last September. Transfer reports elsewhere have speculated his time at Roma could be cut short to secure a temporary switch to a multitude of interested English clubs before the January window closes. However, a decision over Robertson's future would now have to be made before Tsimikas makes any final call. Last month, Tsimikas admitted he misses life on Merseyside for numerous reasons. You never know what will happen. The most important thing for me is to be healthy, to train hard, to play more games. Next year is a different story for me. I want to be successful, I want to win things. Only God knows what will happen in the next year, he told The Athletic.